All right, I wasn't gonna, you could think my microphone's not on, I wasn't gonna talk into this back, and I still might not, but I did the 80 grit sanding twice, and then I did one, just the last one I just did was 120. I like it like that, my hands are like all tingly, so it's pretty good. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna just break for something to eat here, and then I'm gonna come back, brush it off. We're gonna stain it one coat, and then we're gonna let it soak in, wipe it off, and then we're gonna sand it with the 220. So I should probably, just so I'm aware of what I'm doing here. Then we're gonna do 220 to sand in between coats, and I think we're just gonna do 2, but we'll see what it looks like. And in the meantime, you can't see over here, but I bought a, here, I'll move you. I know this sounds terrible, so I don't know if I'll keep this in, but I bought a workbench for the metal side. The unfortunate thing is it's too big. I took the anvil off the stand because when I was building it, it took me 2.5 hours to build that thing. It had something like 175 nuts in it, or nuts and bolts, so I don't even know. But anyway, I threw that together. It's got adjustable legs so I can keep it up. I do not like the bamboo top that it came with because it's my metalworking one. So I'm either going to cover it with metal or I'm going to replace it with metal. The only problem is that the sides of this workbench are attached to the top. So I'd have to do some major stuff. I also don't like how it hangs over as much as it does. And so one of the things I might do is just cut it so it's flush here. So then we have more room here. Or I just move this completely somewhere else, like over in the corner or something like that. But that's where I wanted the forge to be. So I just, having something wood, even if it's bamboo, having wood here just doesn't seem right to me. So I might just cut it flush and then cover it with some metal, but we'll see. So this is going to be it. We're pretty much done with this portion now. We just got to let it dry. And then I got to go and help with those the stuff in the barn this morning. So I know they're waiting on me. The only thing I don't like doing is mucking out horse stalls. I don't like doing that, but I think that's what they're going to have me do. Just because it's the easiest job. I just don't like doing it. Mucking out horse stalls is just, it's like you're just, I mean, it's horse poop and piss the whole time, but it's also, it's just bent over shoveling the whole time. And I'm 6'2", not the tallest guy by any means, but I'm also not short. And I tend to have to because I don't have the best back in the world. I'm 42 years old now. My back is not doing great. Let me put these on the floor right in front of the camera. Anyway, so Oh, no, I forgot to do that. Sorry, I just don't want drippy marks on the top, that's all. Guess that's fine. Anyway, so yeah, mucking stalls is probably the worst barn chore to do. But it's probably one of the more important barn chores to do, other than feed the animals, I assume. So I'm gonna go do that. Them being shorthanded doesn't happen very often, so it doesn't bother me too much to go do. Courtney's over there helping out already right now, which she normally doesn't do on a day like today. Oh no, I got lines on the side too. Oh well. I don't think anybody will notice. But anyway, thanks for watching me do the final part of the staining, and we'll be back with lighting the forge, I think. And I got to get the bench grinder secured to the bench over there, so then I can clean up some horseshoes. But you'll see how we clean up the horseshoes with just a hand wire brush and stuff when we get back. But we'll let this dry for a few hours, if not all day, and then we'll see you guys on the flip. Thanks. Okay, well, we're back. They didn't actually need as much help from my barn chores as they said they did, so I got to come back a little bit early, and I cleaned up the bench over here just a little bit, and decided that I wanted my fasteners to go in a drawer. I don't have any drawers, so that's something we'll have to make at some point in time. And then, so this has been drying for a couple hours, which is pretty good. Finished the baseball game, we lost. So now we're back here. And so now we're going to put the handles on, and then Courtney's going to bring down all the flowers she wants in there and get this guy done. Let's see. So these are the two horseshoes that I've chosen that I want to make the handles out of. Now, if I straighten these fully, here, let me come a little closer. So now if I straighten these guys a little full, they're going to stretch too wide to go across where we want the handles to be. So there's two options here. We can straighten it wide and then bend it around, so then they secure down on either side. But I think it might ruin the side profile of this. I think they like it just beautiful. So the other option is to widen the shoe a bit this way, right? And then straighten it out so we can get a good handle on it, right? And then we'll grind it and smooth it out. And then we're going to, like, if we straighten these sides and then widen it out a little bit, so they come kind of straight to the edges, right? Like, so this, the ends of the shoe are almost exactly where they need to be. So we want to leave those the same, but kind of straighten everything else out. So there's going to be some issues there. But we can do that, and then we just put some bends in the ends going upright. Oh, sorry. So then we go, and so we straighten these out to match here, right? And then we kind of give us stuff, and then we put some bends in the ends, so then it keeps the shoe up a little bit. But first things first is these have got their clips on them still, these clips, and I don't want them on. So we're going to grind them off, and I'll show you the grinder that I have set up. I have it strapped down and ready to go. So let's go and take care of that. All right, so you can see that the bench here is a little bit different than what it used to be, which is nice. Get this garbage under here. This is where I want to put something that has some drawers to come out so I can have fasteners in here. I want to leave that side empty. Right now we have all of our heaters under here in the garbage can. But the garbage can is going to go on this side. That's a whole thing. So we got these hangers that I told you about that I don't like, the tool hangers. So we're going to find a different place to put them so we can put the broom and shovel back up. And then this is all of our fasteners that we want to get rid of. And then so that this side of the workbench is also usable. I get the miter saw set up here. It's not bolted down or anything yet, but I think this is where I want to keep it. So when we have longer pieces of wood, they can go behind the grinder. I don't have to worry about it. I'm fairly tall, so that's not a huge issue for me. And I'm pretty sure that I have this set up exactly the height that I need to. So I need to make another one for that side. But anyway, that's that. And then I got all of the paints and glues and stuff up here, rags, and then this is stuff that still needs to be figured out what we're going to do with. This was originally the blanket I had on the window, but it was too big fluffy to be that close to the fire. So, and that's the original blanket that's covering the other guys. Anyway, but this side is coming together pretty good. And then over here, just past this stuff here, is all of the wood storage that's became a disaster. So anyway, let's figure out how to get these clips off. I tested a little bit with this one clip, so we'll finish it off, and then we'll get the other clips gone, and see how that goes. I have a little steel bar right underneath, so then the majority of the sparks aren't hitting the table, and then I got this little setup back here just so it bounces off, so it doesn't hit up in the window and stuff. It's going to look crazier than it is, so let's have some fun with it. All right, so we got the clips gone. So for reference, we got the clips there, no clips there. So it worked pretty good. I know that it seems like it's crazy amount of sparks. It does. I did have covers for this, but this is a different. This is an older bench grinder than what I have covers for. The covers are actually for the one that's on Courtney's truck, and so the arbor on this guy is longer than it should be for the cover. So I can't put the covers on this. So I may at some point in time makeshift something that sits over here so the sparks don't fly upwards as much, but they're not bothering me. They're not bothering anybody. It's fine. Every once in a while you get like kind of a hot one, but it's fine. It's fine. So we'll just we'll get the. I wanted to see how the stone. I've never used a stone wheel like this before, so it's pretty interesting, and yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. So, and I have an extra one of these stone wheels as well. You can see on this side I have a wire brush. This is for cleaning up metal and shoes after and stuff. So we'll use this quite a bit actually. We'll probably use this today after we're done with these shoes, to be honest. So anyway, we're gonna keep going. Okay, so I think normally I would put both in at the same time to heat them up, and then so I could just be working on one at a time, and then the other one's ready when blah blah blah. I think right now, because this is my first time using this forge, and I don't know exactly what I'm doing, I'm gonna do one at a time, clean them both up. So we have wire brushes and banging. I don't know which tongs will be. Oh, those will work just fine. Okay, so anyway, so we'll use these tongs, and we haven't cleaned up these tools yet, which we will. I just want to get this going because I want to get this guy done. So let's see how this goes. Took a little bit, but we got it. All right. So we're gonna let that heat up before we put the shoes in. Just gonna let it heat up for about 30 seconds or so, just to get everything moving. And then so you can see that one of these shoes is particularly more rusty than the other, so we're gonna clean this one up first. We'll put this one over here. And then we're gonna worry about cleaning it, but at the same time, I also want to learn how to just kind of straighten things with just hammer taps. So we got the saw, and we're going to use one of the older hammers too, because I'm going to use a lighter hammer first. So we'll use this one first, because the one I got as a gift, which I still think is the best thing ever. Remember, this is the one I got as a gift from Courtney for Valentine's Day. Which is very expensive for a Valentine's Day gift. It's just I want to use a lighter one to start, and so we're going to use an older one that's a lighter one. Once we really know what we're doing, then we'll start using this guy, because I don't want to mess this guy up by accidentally hitting the anvil or whatever I might do. So. All right. So usually I time when I'm cleaning up shoes for Courtney. I usually time about 2 minutes before I pull the shoe out and start cleaning it. Apparently there's like a perfect heat or whatever to knock dirt off before it solidifies to the shoe. So here I should be able to bang out a lot of the dirt. And then we can so there you can see a lot of that dirt's coming off there. See, a lot of that dirt is staying. So I think it might just be too old. So we'll get it a little hot again and see what we can do. Now, in order to clean the nail holes on the shoe and the other holes, she's got punches like this. I got to figure out which one would be the best one. I'm pretty sure this one is actually the best one. So. I think these ones are originally meant to make the nail holes. And so I want the smallest one. This should work. Either way, we can grab whichever one we need. But we're going to let it get a little bit hotter this time around. So it's getting kind of orange. So let's see what we're coming up with. Oh yeah, so we got a little bit of an orange heat here. So let's see what we can do. There we go. Cleaning out the hole. Now this mat that we're standing on, this rubber mat, you can probably see just a little bit of it behind me there. It should be fine with this small amount of stuff falling on it. But if it starts melting in any significant way, then we'll make a change, but it should be fine. Okay, just going to heat that back up really quick. That worked really well. So then we're going to just brush it again, and then we'll work on the next shoe. So that's cleaning up a little bit better. I'll show you the difference really quick before we put the other shoe in. Okay. So that melted a little bit of that rubber, but it didn't like go right through it or anything. It's fine. All right. Okay. So the differences. So you can see this shoe here It's got really warm. And then there's this guy here. So it cleaned up pretty nice in comparison. So not too shabby. We're gonna just put him down here for now. Get this other guy going. Quit staring at my belly. I'm hoping to work that off in here over the summer. We'll get better projects going and figure out how we can do bigger and better projects. But yeah, I've been enjoying doing what we've been doing up till now. So we'll see about this. When I first originally wanted to start a shop, I originally wanted to do just a forging, like metalworking shop. The woodworking stuff didn't come until well after my thoughts. Like this shop was originally just going to be metalworking, reusing the horseshoes and the rasps, and doing stuff. We got addicted to forged and fire. I never was interested in actually making knives myself, but watching people make knives was pretty interesting. So this was this part of the shop was the original dream, I guess. And then the woodworking kind of took over a lot, actually. Most of everything I've bought was for the woodworking side. And I've actually very much enjoyed making the stuff that we've made so far. So, yeah. Anyway. Oh, that guy's really warm. All right. So, let's try to grab it this way. Straighten it out. So you can see it's already opening up here, which is really good. I have a hard time gripping it tight enough. So we'll throw it back in, go again. So I straightened it out. I was going to do a comparison, but I'm wondering if this guy's... See, this is why I need a bucket of water. But we can maybe put this guy here. So then I can show the difference between the horseshoes as I'm working on them. And then see kind of how it's all coming along. Okay. So you can see it's actually coming together pretty good. Between the two, it's actually worked out. So it's just a little So now we want to straighten this out a little bit and then bring these back in. I'm gonna have to get used to how grabbing stuff in and out of there. All right, so like we said, we want to widen this whole thing out a little bit. Just so it makes it better grip for bigger hands. All right, and then we're gonna pull them back in slightly, and then maybe that's good enough. And then flatten it. Son of a gun, eh? So we got a little bit less time to work on this guy than we wanted, but my thought process now is that I could have widened it at the top of the toe of the shoe. Easier had I not straightened the ends first. Straighten the ends second. I think is the learning from that one. I think I might need longer tongs. This forge is deep. Hashtag deep. A little warm. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's getting pretty close. So I think the next thing is trying to get the bends in the tips. So let's see what we can do here. Oh, getting better at that. Switch my hands. So the next thing for this guy, there, I hit the anvil there. A little bit of a different sound when you hit the anvil. Which is a problem. I like doing this because I can talk myself through it. If I wasn't recording, I wouldn't. Which I think is a problem. So we'll bring these back in a little bit and then widen it and then put the curves in. That's the goal there. Okay, so we already brought that back in. So while it's hot, just widen it a bit and then bring these back in. And so now, I think here, yeah, that's going to work out real well. I think that's probably good enough right there. And so put a little bit more I think that's just beautiful. So it's got that nice curve to it. So when it sits on the board, it will have that uplift to bring the handle inside. I like that a lot. So that one's done. I'm more dexterous with my left hand, and I keep trying to, or my right hand, and I keep trying to do stuff with my left. The more I get better with my left, the easier the shop will be for both me and Courtney, though. Whoops. So my anvil has been shifting, so we're gonna secure it down better. Okay. Oh, beautiful. Whew. It's warm in here now, for sure. I'm still wearing my thermals from this morning, and so it's still fairly warm in here, but we're gonna let these cool down for a bit, and then we're gonna move on over here. So I'll meet you over on the workbench to see if we can get these put on. Cool. Well, these guys might be a little too wide. But I also forgot that I have to bring them over to the wire brush and clean them up. But I'll probably do that while we're waiting anyway. They might be too wide though, so I might need to heat them back up and bang them just a little bit towards each other, into each other. Let me check the other one. This one's perfect actually. Yeah, this one, even though it's got a wonky, one of this side is wonky a little bit, but it's pretty perfect. Sorry, I'm trying to get that wonk out, but that's pretty perfect. I'm wondering if I could just cold bang this guy closed a little bit. Oh, that's too much. Whoa! Oops. Should have left it. Poof. Okay. I think that will be better. Just put that down on the wood workbench, Adam. That's better. It's not as good as that one. This one's got still a curve in, but I think we're gonna leave it like that. And then we're gonna just let these cool off, and I'm gonna go actually grab a drink, and then I'm gonna I'm gonna wire brush them really quick. I'm not gonna move the camera over there just for that, but we're gonna be back just to put these back in. So just give me, I don't know, 20 minutes, but for you it won't be that long. All right. They're looking pretty spiffy. They are looking pretty spiffy. So we'll have one there. Oh, no. Oh, that'll work. Should be good enough. Yeah, that should work. If I can get my hand in there, then they can get their hands in there for sure. My hands aren't like huge, but I mean they're skinny little spindly things, but they can be pretty wide. So I think this will be good. The only thing I forgot though is that I have to spray these with that rust protected spray. I was going to spray them black, but I think giving them having them just be the regular iron. So we'll give you a quick look at how shiny these are now that we've cleaned them up and they've got the good angles to them. Obviously you can see one of them is, oh, that's hard to tell. Oh my God, we got them so close. But one of them is definitely a little wider than the other. One's got a little crook in it. And like this side is a little bit not as straight as this side. And same here, like this side is a little bit not as straight. So it's still got a little bit of curve into it. It's my first time though. But here, let me show you what one of these shoes looked like before, even though you saw before. But let's see if I can find one of these. Looks like we're gonna have to find a bigger one, but nevertheless, you'll understand so this is the before, after Courtney pulls them off the horses. They look like, they look like this, just all dirty, beat up, a little shiny in places. And then when we're done, got a lot more sheen to them, a little bit more cleaned up, easier to use for crafts. So a lot of my time this summer is going to be spent cleaning these up and using them for crafts. So I call them crafts, but more or less just projects that we want to use. So anyway, we're gonna spray these up, and then we'll be back with the attachment. Either we'll be back with the attachment, or we'll be back with the finished product. I don't know which one. We'll find out. It's done. It's actually done. This took a while. It didn't take as long as the other two, but this one took, I think this one took probably less than building the two small ones, but more than building just one of them, obviously. But put a little bit more effort into making this one look as good as possible. The staining process wasn't as unbearable as I thought it was going to be. I got some scratches on here. I learned some things about just waiting to stain. Like I want to stain the whole thing all at once and just get it all done all at once and that kind of stuff. But I think making sure that I take the steps, the appropriate steps. The handles are in here. They're just covered by all of this flora that she has put in. Courtney came down and put this in herself. But the handles are here, and they just pick up everything perfect. This guy's pretty heavy. Not unbearably heavy or anything like that. But the handles look just great, and they go around the hole just fine. I think they did exactly what they're supposed to do, which is pretty awesome. Don't tell Courtney that I took her flowers out to show you. She might get upset. I don't think she would, but yeah. So that's that. So now we're kind of free up. I got these 8-foot jump poles that I'm gonna staple some grass to that they wanted done. So I'll probably do that tomorrow. But as it stands right now, I think we need to clean the tools and get them up on the board. But I think that's gonna wait until next week when we actually have some time, me and Courtney, to sit down and do it together. So I think I'm gonna potentially build the first picture frame and see how it goes. Now that we have the forge so we can clean up the shoes all pretty like. There is, once I learn how to weld, there is something my sister-in-law has asked me to see if I can make, which is just a boot stand, but she wants it out of horseshoes. And so we're going to try to weld that together too. So lots of little things that can be done in the meantime. I also got to find drawers for down there or make them. I haven't decided yet. But I'm actually, like, the shop is 95% done. So it's pretty good. So thanks for hanging out for this. And we'll keep moving on. And I appreciate moving through. If you're watching the videos, it's awesome. I think that's fantastic. This is just a way for me to talk myself through things. If I'm just talking to myself, that's weird. And it really helps with making the handles today. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.